Last month, the majority of the videos that I made were about reselling, Amazon FBA in specific, and so I got to thinking, I've never broken down how much I make on YouTube based on the type of video that I make, because on YouTube you make money based on ads that are placed on your video, and the amount that you get paid is very different from one niche to another. For instance, my wife and I live in a van, and we create videos about our travels and everything. We haven't been doing it too much lately, but when we do get monetized, which you can help out by subscribing to that channel over there, the amount of money that we're gonna make is gonna be way less than what I make on this channel. At least that's what I think. I hope not. Maybe van life videos will make a ton of money. But from everything that I've seen, making videos about finance, business, Amazon, that kind of stuff, tends to make a pretty decent amount of money compared to a lot of other niches. So I want to go over a lot of analytics in this video and also just talk about exactly how much money I made last month, January 2022, as a pretty small YouTuber with right around 4,000 subscribers. I need more ports. Whenever you're thinking about YouTube income, it comes in terms of ad revenue, affiliate revenue, sponsorship. I don't have any sponsorships yet, but I do have the first couple, and we'll talk about those, specifically starting with ad revenue. And all ad revenue is almost completely based off of the amount of views that you have, because the biggest factor contributing to the amount of money you're gonna make, besides the niche that you choose, is gonna be the amount of views that you get. So that's why creators are constantly trying to get more views and put out more videos, because the more views you get, the more money you make. I feel like that's pretty obvious, but I'll actually show you why getting more views doesn't always mean you're gonna make more money. So if we head back over here, we can see I got 50,400 views this past month, which is the first month that I ever broke 50,000 views, which is crazy to me. Thank you guys so much for that amount of views. That amounted to 4,500 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers. That's wild. 1,024 and $943.83 of revenue. If we change it though, instead look at last month's numbers, we'll see I got about 1,000 less views, 4,900 hours of watch time. So actually a little bit more watch time. I didn't notice that before. 4,500 compared to 4,900, 765 subscribers, way less subscribers. But honestly, subscribers is a much less important metric than views are. I'm more worried about people coming back and watching more of my videos than actually subscribing, because YouTube will still surface that content to them, but subscribers is still important. But I made $1,116 of revenue, and I didn't break the $1,000 mark this past month, which kind of disappointing, but $943 is still super freaking close. We'll soon be able to see the reason why I made less money this month, even with more views. But if we scroll down a little bit, we can see the top videos that I had in this period, and I took a screenshot of this, and we can see that 8 out of 10 of them are reselling videos. The top one right here isn't. It's about a digital business card that I have, which I'm actually a little bit frustrated about some things that are happening with this video, and I'll show you what those are in a second. And then the other one is a video that I have about selling my car to CarMax, which still got a decent amount of views, but this doesn't show the whole picture, because we need to look at how those views turn into money, and that's where CPM and RPM, basically the amount of money I make per 1,000 views or monetized playbacks, comes in. If we look at that instead, we can see that my top earning videos didn't include that CarMax video. That was the third most viewed video. Notably not in the top 10 here is this video about Inventory Lab that I got $40.31, which is my 4th highest paying video. The rest of them are all in the top 10, but this comes down to CPM. Essentially, that means cost per mil or milli, however you actually pronounce that word. I have no freaking idea, but it's however much an advertiser will pay YouTube for 1,000 runs of their ad, and that's called a monetized playback on your channel. If we look back to the month of January in my revenue statistics, we'll see that my average CPM was $39.13 over the whole course of the month. So if an ad ran on my channel, on average, an advertiser paid $39 to put 1,000 of those ads on my channel. I unfortunately don't get all of that money, but I still get a pretty decent chunk. 55% of every dollar worth of ads that's run on my channel, I will actually get. YouTube will keep the other 45% of it. And so my RPM number is $19.15. We'll actually notice that my estimated revenue is down 15%, my RPM is down 16%, but my CPM is only down 5%. And you actually think that my CPM would be going down either at the same rate or even faster than my RPM would, because my RPM is based on every 1,000 views that I get, and because mid-roll ads run, I believe each of those count as a monetized playback, and CPM doesn't include YouTube premium revenue. But the problem is this video right here, the digital business card video, because someone is doing something that I really am frustrated about. Because if we look at this video's analytics here, we'll see that over the past 48 hours, YouTube advertising has 53.6% of the revenue, meaning that 350 of these views came from somebody running an ad on my video, like using my video as an ad. Honestly, that's kind of confusing, because I don't think this video would be a great one to use for an ad, and I'm not letting anybody do that. And according to YouTube, people can't just run ads on my videos. They either have to own the copyright or get permission from me, and they don't have either of those things. And so I reached out to YouTube, talked to them for an hour using the chat function, and they essentially said that they couldn't do anything, and YouTube's automated system would pick it up, but it still hasn't done that. But you might be thinking, like some people that I've actually talked to about this specific video, that it's not that big of a deal. I'm still getting all these new views, so I'm obviously going to continue making money on it, getting my channel some exposure, and though I might have gotten some subscribers from that, and maybe some people click through to other videos, the problem with this comes down to the monetized playbacks that have run in the past month. Because when someone advertises on your video, I don't make any money from that, because YouTube isn't going to show ads on an ad. if that makes any sense. So I'm obviously not making money from that, and we could see that when we look at this, the estimated monetized playbacks. Over January, I got 9,233 views, but 5,040 of those had monetized playbacks. The video isn't long enough to have mid-roll ads, so almost half of the views that I got on that video aren't making me any money because someone is running an ad on it and I can't get YouTube to freaking stop it. I don't understand. I'm getting heated. It's just frustrating because if someone is running an ad, they should pay me for licensing if they want to continue using it, or YouTube should shut it down because I literally brought it to their attention and they're doing nothing about it. So really dumb. But because of that, if we go back to the revenue tab of this video, we can see that my CPM, not since published because most of that time doesn't have ads and most of my views don't have ads, but in the last 28 days, my CPM is $49.02. But my RPM is way less than that. It's $13.24 divided by $49.02. I'm only earning 27% of my CPM, whereas normally this would be 55%, but it's literally half because half of my views are coming from someone advertising my video without me getting paid for that. It's just frustrating when you put work into something and someone literally essentially steals it. I don't know who's doing it. YouTube won't tell me, but I'm obviously a little bit peeved. Let's move on before I get a little more frustrated. Of course, we got a big truck backing up. Now we wait, now we wait. All right, I think it's quite enough. If you're a YouTuber or you want to start YouTube and you're interested about analytics, I'm going to do pretty much a deep dive on how to look at your numbers here. You don't have to do this, but I find it interesting because I'm a little bit of a nerd and it could help you if you want to look a little bit further into your analytics. So here we have the main analytics page from January. If you click on this advanced mode here, I've already done that, and it pulls up this page where you could see a bunch more information about all the videos, how much they made, your ad revenue, monetized playbacks on each of them, that should be 9,000, your playback-based CPM overall and per video, and then your YouTube Premium revenue, which is basically someone who has YouTube Premium. You get a portion of whatever they pay to YouTube if they watch your videos. One thing that you can do to actually look at this a little bit further, especially if you're thinking about YouTube as a more passive income source, is up in this filters here, you can filter by publish date, and I did that and filtered for everything before this month. So essentially all the passive income that I made, because I didn't do anything for those videos this month, it was all work that I had previously done before January. And if we come back here and look at it, we can see that I made $654.31 just from videos that I made before this month. So essentially that's pretty much all passive income, which amounts to about 66% of the revenue that I made this month. If you remember though, I posted every day in December. I'm interested if anyone actually watched every single video that I posted there, because there were 2 of them that got way less views. If you did, let me know down in the comments because that is a big feat. But I wanted to exclude those videos too, just to see how much of a difference it would make. And so I went back all the way to November 30th, 2021. So essentially all videos that are either a month and a half, 2 months old. And we can see that I made $353.52 just on videos that I hadn't touched for months. And that's one of the reasons that I really like YouTube, because it can be super passive, especially as you build up more and more of a catalog. And every new video that I make that gets a lot of views, some people go back to older videos, and so those videos get more views. But we want to talk about reselling videos and how much those actually make specifically. So let's go a little bit deeper into the analytics, and I actually looked at the past 365 days instead of just the past month, so we can get a bigger picture. More data is always good. And I clicked this export button right here and turned it into a Google Sheets, and this is what pulls up. Kind of too much information. It has the videos, the video description, the published time, estimated revenue, monetized playbacks, CPM, way too much stuff for most people, a happy amount of stuff for a nerd like me. And so I want to take it one step further, and I actually organized it only based on video title, estimated revenue, estimated monetized playbacks, and playback CPM, because I wanted to see which videos got a higher CPM than my average, which for the past 365 days was $40.74, and which got a lower amount. So we could see all these green ones got higher, all of these red ones got lower. I only took my top 101 videos, which had over 500 monetized playbacks. I think it's actually 102, but I wanted enough data to be able to see what the overall CPM would be. So 500 monetized playbacks was the minimum, and I sorted it, like I said, by CPM. I was actually really surprised because if we look at it, almost half were above and almost half were below, which I guess makes sense if it's a pretty representative average, but there weren't too many outliers, either high or low, which is pretty good. That means that consistently I'll be able to tell how much money I'm going to make on my channel, because if I post one video and it gets a higher CPM, I'll probably post one and it'll get a lower, and it'll average out to right around $40, which has been true for the life of my channel. You can see the highest ones that I have are this one for $76.14 with a lot of monetized playbacks, and I'll talk about why that video got so many. $74, and then $62 was the next one, and we could see that really those $72 ones were kind of the only outliers. I have this graph down here. Those ones were way more, and everything else just kind of followed this line pretty straight through. If you're interested, the lowest CPM was this video I made about CarMax, and then a couple videos about mints. But if we just take a look at these top, they're coming back. Why? you already left. I feel like I'm in this guy's way. Okay, so if we look at these top 3 videos, we could see Inventory Lab and Scoutify 2 review. That video also doubles to make a little bit of affiliate revenue, but honestly, Inventory Lab's affiliate program sucks. It's the worst affiliate program that I'm a part of by far. This video, how much can you make reselling all day, which actually very much surprised me because it's the first video that I ever made about reselling. I don't know why this video got such a high CPM. Sometimes it just seems kind of random. I don't know why some videos do, some videos don't. It was a longer video, 18 minutes and 48 seconds, so that might have helped as a good average view duration, but we'll talk about that a little bit in a second. And we can see that it's made $70, which isn't a ton compared to the 3,700 views. You'd expect with the $70 CPM that would be closer to about 160 bucks, but I made this video before I was even monetized, and so after monetization, I changed the date to the first day that I started making money, and I made 40 cents the first day. My highest day, what was my highest day? I think it was not a lot, $1.61, because I wasn't getting a lot of views at this time, but the CPM and RPM was still good. So even though I only got 1,600 views over that time, I still made $70 on this video, which is awesome. The third video I think really falls back into the pattern. Amazon FBA repricers compared and explained, and that's because I've noticed, and even talking with other YouTubers, that your CPM gets really high when you start to talk about specific softwares or things that might want to advertise on your videos. For instance, if we look at this first one, this Inventory Lab video, I can't know for sure, but I would assume that some Inventory Lab ads might come on there, or maybe some ads for a different program that's competing with Inventory Lab, and so they target Inventory Lab as a keyword or videos about it and will run their ads there. But to be that specific in how you target an ad costs a lot more money than just placing an ad on any random video or a general category of videos. But even then, I'm pretty sure Amazon FBA or reselling is a pretty good category overall. Obviously, $40 CPM is nothing to joke about. I think the average is probably closer to $15 to $20, but it constantly fluctuates as ad rates continue to increase. But if we look a little bit more, I took this spreadsheet and copied it again and made it a little more complicated. So we can see I actually categorized the videos based on the type of videos. All of these ones that are pretty yellowish are Amazon specific videos, or Amazon or retail arbitrage. They're specific to reselling, not necessarily eBay though. If we look here, out of the top 50 videos, 42 to 43 of them are about Amazon or retail arbitrage, which is like 84%. Interestingly though, there were none that were specific to eBay. There are 6 that are these blue ones that are more about like quitting your job or running a small business for yourself. One of them here is about that digital business card, which still has a $43 CPM, which is really nice, even though it's only a 6-minute video. And then this one is kind of about reselling. I didn't know where to classify it. It's about how to get your resale certificate, and you should definitely watch it if you're a reseller, but I kind of gave it its own category. I thought we'd see a pretty big drop off when we started to look at the other videos that were below my average CPM, but because it's kind of on a pretty linear path, there didn't seem to be that big of a difference. And I'm not a statistician, but I don't think there's actually a statistically significant difference, and this isn't even a massive amount of data to look at, but all of these yellow ones account for 32 out of 51 in the bottom half, so it may be pretty different. It's only like 65% as opposed to 85%. I guess that's pretty significant. And then if we just look at it based on Amazon videos, 42 out of the 74 videos that I made about Amazon or retail arbitrage specifically were above my CPM, which is only 56%, which is why I didn't really think it was super significant. But I know that if I make videos about Amazon FBA, I have a higher likelihood that they're going to make more CPM than average. But that got me thinking, because pretty recently I've started actually making videos that are a little bit shorter, like not as super long. I feel like my content's been getting better and I've been able to be a little more concise rather than just like draw out all my thoughts. I'm sure a lot of people disagree, but that's kind of how it's felt for me. So I was interested to see, based on the time that the video was published, if there was a difference, because the older videos tended to be a little bit longer, closer to 18 to 25 minutes, rather than now being 8 to 15 minutes, because before I needed a lot of watch time, now I just want to put out more videos because the more views, the more money. So I went back and sorted this again, and we looked at when these videos were published. And we could see that all these bolded ones are videos that were published before December, because I really think that posting a video every day is when that change started to spark in me. And we can see down here that 32 of the top 50 are from before December, and 28 of the bottom 51 are from before December. So I don't really think that there's a big difference there. It's pretty much the same, 58 to 64%, not really a significant difference. But that is good to know then, because even my shorter videos are still making pretty good CPM, so I don't have to lengthen out videos, and you definitely don't have to do that if you're on YouTube. I guess I wanted to be even more of a nerd though, and all these little tags over here are the video specific IDs from YouTube, and so I took those back into YouTube Analytics, and you can make different groups of videos. So I made a group for the bottom half of videos over here, and the top half of videos over here, and then I started just looking at what some of the differences would be. I made $1,420.23 on the bottom half videos, and $2,995 on the top half, so literally more than double the amount. And so in an ideal world, that's because I got 2 times the amount of views. But if we actually look at the estimated monetized playbacks here, I got 80,000 monetized playbacks on the bottom half of videos and only 110,000 on the top half. So only about 30% more monetized playbacks. I made 100% more money. But it is also still a good thing that my higher CPM videos still made more monetized playbacks than the lower CPM videos. So I guess people just want me to continue making money because they're watching the videos that are making me a lot. One of the reasons why I think I make a decent amount of CPM on these videos is is because of the amount of watch time that I get. YouTube knows that my videos are getting a pretty good amount of watch time on average, so the ads that they play in the videos are also pretty good. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. All I know is on YouTube, you want a better average view duration. And if we look at the top 10 videos here, my average view duration probably sat around 50%. This video is not great, but it was long. But this leads to a situation where you can actually have more monetized playbacks than you have views on a video. So we'll go to advanced mode for the whole channel, and we are just going to add in estimated monetized playbacks. And there are going to be some videos like this one here, selling car to CarMax, which actually has more monetized playbacks than it does views. 2,075 monetized playbacks in the last 28 days and 1,800 views. And if we go to the analytics of this video, it should show up in the RPM that just in the past 28 days, my CPM is $17.81, but my RPM is $11.84, 66% instead of 55%. And that's because even though for every 1,000 monetized playbacks, I'm making $17.81, I'm getting more than one monetized playback on average on that video. So my RPM, my amount of money that I'm making per 1,000 views, is better than 55%, which I'm very happy about, and I would love to have more videos like that. And the best way that I know how to do that is to try to get a better watch time and then have a couple mid-roll ads in some longer videos. I try to do them spaced out every like 4 to 5 minutes, and I make sure on every single video that I don't have non-skippable video ads for two main reasons. First, they're so freaking annoying. I hate when I can't skip an ad on YouTube. And second, I noticed very early on in my channel after I got monetized, and so we're actually just going to look at 6/28/2021. Did have non-skippable ads on for a little bit, and if we look down here, they accounted for only 0.3% of my revenue. I should actually probably look at a week because I turned them off very fast, because I noticed that even though they were playing on my videos, the CPM was so low. Skippable ads, $41. Non-skippable ads, $9.20. I don't know if this is the case for every channel, but definitely for my channel. First off, it's annoying. I was going to take them off no matter what. Second off, they made a quarter of the amount of money that skippable ads make, so I'm only putting skippable ads on my videos. Sometimes they're bumpers, and you won't even get a video every time that I put an ad break in. YouTube really determines who gets ads when they do, so the best thing that you can do is get people watching more of your videos for longer. But the really cool thing is you don't only make revenue from YouTube, especially when you're doing reselling content, because there's a bunch of different softwares that you might use, things that you use, and one of the coolest things that you have is affiliate marketing. This is my Amazon affiliates from the past month, January 1st to the 31st. I made $165.51, and all of this money came from just saying that I had a bunch of stuff that I use for myself and talking about that in various videos. For instance, this video, everything I use to do retail arbitrage, why you should buy a rollover versus diamond label print. And so I make some videos that are specific to trying to get people to go to some things that I have affiliate marketing codes for that are also beneficial for them. For instance, my repricer, Be Cool. You should definitely check it out. Free trial if you need a repricer in your business. But I have that video here, everything I use to do retail arbitrage, all the supplies, and I have them automatically linked in every single video description. And if you do YouTube and you didn't know about this, this is kind of a pretty pro tip. I never add these back in. All I ever have to do is go here to settings, upload defaults, and then I have this description, which I have my intro, which I'll always change out and just write a sentence or two, a couple playlists that people could watch next, and then all of my affiliate links, and then I'll put in chapters in most videos, and then a little disclaimer about the affiliate links, and all of that is in every single video, and I never have to touch it again. All I have to do is add an intro, my cards, my chapters, put in some ads, and I'm able to really easily make $165 in 1 month on Amazon. I made even more last month in December, but that means that you're not only making this $943.83, you also make $160 on Amazon here, and then I made $615 from other affiliate programs from very specific softwares that I use that are also linked down in the description. And so just in 1 month, being at 4,000 subscribers, I made $1,718.83, which is a lot of money for 50,000 views. That's not quite the end of it, but even just thinking about how much that is and what it might look like to be at 10 times my size on YouTube, even if my income only increases by 50%, if I'm at 40,000, 45,000 subscribers, I could be making upwards of $8,000 to $10,000 based on a slowed down increase in my revenue. So please subscribe to the channel. But it definitely pays to be in a niche where people are trying to make money because they're willing to spend money to make money. And if I can help them to find the things that'll do that for them, I'm able to make a lot of money. And that number should only go up. But you have to do a lot with the $1,700. And if you're interested, this is the breakdown of how I actually allocate all this money for profit, paying myself taxes, because you have to pay taxes, operating my business, and putting some money away for retained earnings. But I talked about that in this video, which you can go check out, or watch this video, which is also the one that's on the screen, because that's about how much money I made on Amazon last month. And if you're interested in reselling, or you are a reseller, I would definitely give that a watch, because I've looked at some things that I never shared before that I was pretty happily surprised about. See you there.